Hey everybody, my name is Robbie. I think this is the first time I'm actually on camera on this channel, but welcome to Geek Level Asian Tech. Thank you for joining me. If you're new to the channel, I wouldn't be surprised because I just started it. But if you're into keyboards and technology, make sure that you like this video and subscribe to help other people who are into keyboards and technology see this video. So I kind of dove real deep into this hobby maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and two of the first keyboards that I pre-ordered, or I guess you can say I crowdfunded, were the Durgod Fusions, because I'm into anything retro, and if you follow my other channel, Geek Level Asian, you probably already know that. But I loved the look of these keyboards, and I saw that Indiegogo was having basically like an early bird special. It sounds like a diner, but you could buy two and get it for a cheaper price than they would normally be. So I went ahead and I purchased the original and the Steam. There were a bunch of Switch options. I didn't know anything about Switches yet, so I figured, okay, let me watch a few videos. That's when I kind of like dove really deep into YouTube videos. But I decided for the original, which is the tan and orange one, I wanted the Cherry MX Browns. And for the Steam, which is more like the NES color scheme, the black, the red, and the gray, I did Cherry MX Blues. So when I got them, they came separately. I got the original first, so I did an unboxing of that. And a few weeks later, I got the Steam, and I was like, do I really need to do an unboxing of this? Because it's the same keyboard, the feature's the same. I didn't want to go through all of that stuff and edit all of that, really for no reason, because you could really just watch the video of the original and get the unboxing experience. Where the difference would be are the switches. So I figured today what I'll do is more of a switch comparison for anyone who either purchased these keyboards or is new to mechanical keyboards and wants to know the difference of sound when it comes to Cherry MX Browns and Blues. I keep waving over at my desk like you guys can see them, but you can't. So here are the two keyboards. I don't know if they're in focus. Hopefully they are. If they're not, you're gonna see them in focus in a moment. But yeah. Oh, and when it comes to the Steam, this color scheme, I recently visited my friend Bob over at WulffDen because he's putting some mechanical switches in some of his game fighter sticks, and he invited me over to talk about switches, the difference between clicky, tactile, and linear, so that he can find the right switches for his game controllers. So if you're a gamer or you do game with your keyboard, you should go check out that video as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. They say that the stabs are lubed. They feel kind of lubed. It's pretty rattly, and there is a gigantic ping coming out of this. So, you know, like there's a very loud ping. These definitely need some type of foam. It's not hot swap. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to solder that well. I've soldered before early in my life, but it's not something that I want to tackle right away. So I don't think I'm going to mod this yet. Let's go over to the Steam. So obviously, other than the switches themselves being completely different, everything feels pretty much the same. I mean, you're still getting a really loud ringing ping. The Bluetooth on both of these keyboards, I've seen a lot of people not having a good experience with them. The Bluetooth on my keyboards are, knock on wood, are great. They connect right away. I never have a problem with them, which is great. So yeah. So now the question becomes, which do I prefer? Which switches do I prefer in these particular keyboards in this situation? And the first thing I'm going to rule out is I obviously didn't get the third option being linear. I have clicky and I have tactile. And just to mention that, I tried linear. I have a few linear switches, and I have a GK61XS with some Gatoron Reds in there. And I don't hate them, but I don't love them because I just don't feel as accurate on them. They're almost too... I lubed them, and they're almost too buttery. In the sense where I think they're like the springs are just so light that I'm pressing them down way too easy. I got a box of Tangerines with 67s in them, and those feel almost a little too heavy, which is funny because I've got 67s in my Space Race, but those are tactile Holy Panda switches, so the spring feels a little different. So I've been going nuts. But other than, back to these, sorry, tangent. So between these two keyboards, I gotta say, you know, I received the original first with the MX Browns, and I thought I loved it. I was like, this is great. I know a lot of people don't like these. I know some people do, some people don't. In fact, most don't when it comes to tactile switches. But as soon as I opened the Steam, listen, I know they're not the best cookies in the world. Clickies. I know they're not the best cookies in the world. I have Kalebox Whites. I have Navies, and I tried Jades at Bob's apartment when we were doing the video for his gaming switches. And those are just like cream of the crop. Like, those are premium clicky switches. I get that. And these don't feel like that. But just picking between these two, I gotta say I like the blues more than the browns. I know for many of you who are watching this, it's like comparing, like, you know, garbage to garbage. I know a lot of people don't like Cherry MX switches. But, you know, I find myself using the Steam way more than I use the original. And when I first got this, it was my daily driver for maybe 2 or 3 weeks before this one came in. My daily driver, though, just to be honest, is still this one. Every once in a while, I just put this one away, and I wanna feel the responsiveness of the clicking. I just really like it. So yeah, that's my opinion. I'd love to know what your opinions are, especially if you have these keyboards or if you have any keyboards with Cherry MX blues or browns. Would love to know how you guys feel about it. Are you a clicky? Are you Tactile Gang Rise Up? Are you linear? You might be. There's a lot of linear fans out there, and maybe I just haven't had the best experience. Maybe I gotta try more. But I can imagine just from all the keyboards that I have that I'm definitely more of a like a tactile at least feel. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them, especially since these are, I think they're now on the market to purchase. And yeah, thank you for joining me for this video. Hope to see you in the next one. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you like this type of stuff, and I will see you next time.